I'm John Tesh in the Entertainment Tonight studios in Hollywood. It's open warfare on the OJ battle lines. We have the front page dispatches.
It's the most reporters that we've dedicated to a story in probably a decade.
Is Mickey Rourke down for the count? I'm Mary Hart, and we'll talk exclusively to the star and find out what's gone wrong with his life.
The doctor came in, he says, "How do you feel?" And I said, "I feel like blowing my brains out."
Plus, we'll unmask the secrets of a new hit and get some kicks with Van Damme. This is Entertainment Tonight for August 1st, 1994.
And that's kind of cool, dude.
We do have all of the stories you just saw, including OJ, but before we get on with that, another late-breaking story today, and a big one.
Yeah, we lead off tonight's broadcast with a story on one of the strangest couplings that ET has ever reported. Rumors have swirled around town about this marriage for weeks. Music, Michael Jackson and the daughter of the king of rock and roll, Lisa Marie Presley, have tied the knot. Hang on to your blue suede shoes because it's now official. Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley are, repeat, are married.
Promise me that you will leave me never.
As amazing as it sounds, the 35-year-old music star and the 26-year-old daughter of Elvis say they got married 11 weeks ago outside the United States. In a statement today, Lisa Marie said, quote, "I am very much in love with Michael. I dedicate my life to being his wife. I understand and support him. We both look forward to raising a family and living a happy, healthy life together." This shocking news comes on the heels of tabloid rumors that the couple tied the knot in the Dominican Republic, a rumor that was denied by a Jackson Company spokesman.
If the public buys such, I think it's time for the public to at least say, come on, let's stop this stuff.
Now Jones confirms there is a new Mrs. Lisa Marie Presley Jackson who, along with her husband, wants, above all things, privacy. Despite their wedded bliss, the troubles are not over for Michael or Lisa Marie. Hearings still remain on Jackson's molestation charges, and Lisa Marie's marital status to first husband Danny Keough is still not known. She filed for divorce in the spring.
Mickey Rourke is a guy whose life story seems cut right out of the tabloid headlines. He fights his way out of a tough neighborhood to become a movie star and a millionaire, then decides to toss his whole career out the window on a mad whim. After a series of tabloid stories about his circumstances, Mickey Rourke called Entertainment Tonight and asked us to visit him in Florida to set the record straight.
I don't want to live in a bubble, and I don't want to be put on a pedestal because, I mean, I don't think actors are any more special than, you know, guys that make shoes.
At one time, Mickey Rourke was the toast of Hollywood. Producers threw scripts at him, then they stopped, and he knows why.
I've never been able to kiss anybody's ass, and that hasn't helped me.
So these days, it's more likely that you'll find Mickey Rourke on a Miami handball court than a movie set, passing time with old friends from the neighborhood where he grew up. And according to a British tabloid, you might also have recently found him making a one-day stay in a Los Angeles mental hospital.
I was in the hospital. It's, you know, I mean, the English blew a lot of stuff out of proportion, but they, you know, they got it right. I was in there.
Rourke, who took on a lackluster boxing career, blamed it on heavy workouts for a fight and a liquid protein diet.
When I was starting to drive, I started hyperventilating, and I couldn't, like, talk. I couldn't talk. I just got real weak. I went to the hospital, and doctor came in. He says, "How do you feel?" And I said, "I feel like blowing my brains out." And they didn't have anything medically wrong with me, so they put me in the psychiatric ward across the way.
Those same tabloid reports also claimed Rourke was broke and had his home repossessed. He admits he lost his home and says he's now only as rich as his next movie, and he sees something positive in that.
It made me understand what I do and how important it is to take responsibility for what I have, because I couldn't take responsibility for what I've thrown away and lost.
And action.
He said he hated being an actor, that he worked less than he should, that he often picked the wrong parts. Now he wants to work again. It's stardom that can wait.
I want to be honest and have peace of mind. That's all. If I can have that, then I don't want anything else.
So what is next for Mickey? Well, he leaves the tough neighborhood to seek movie fame, part 2. He says he's hanging up the boxing gloves and will soon begin work on a new movie as the new Mickey Rourke.
After years of stories about moms swapping triplets for bingo cards and dieting debutantes who lost 750 pounds, the supermarket tabloids are pushing hard for credibility. Weekly publications like the National Enquirer and the Globe have hit their stride with the O.J. Simpson story and now find themselves in competition with the powerful big city newspapers. These are the newest tabloid covers in stores today. O.J., O.J., and more O.J. And that's the way it's been since the story broke. This is the story of the decade for the Enquirer, the Examiner, the Globe, and the Star. And with the reader's unquenchable thirst for anything to do with O.J., the competition for new angles is intense.
It's the most reporters that we've dedicated to a story in probably a decade.
National Enquirer senior editor Stephen Cause says that tabloid is pulling out all the stops, and the readers are responding. Sales reportedly are up 20% above their 3 million copies a week mark since the murders.
Sales are up. The nation is fascinated by the O.J. situation, and not only is the Enquirer happy with its circulation figures, but the rest of the industry is as well.
Both the Star and the Globe have put O.J. on the cover for an unprecedented 7 weeks running. That leads to questions about how far they will go to keep the story alive. The Globe's Terry Raskin says they're only after the truth.
There's always a danger that people will print anything to maintain a competitive pressure, but I think that newspapers, and especially the tabloids, are very concerned with credibility.
One of the country's most respected newspapers is the Los Angeles Times. While it has done its share of O.J. headline hype, city editor Joel Sapel says the tabloids really do not deliver.
It's geared towards grabbing a headline, and once they get that headline on their front page, once you move inside, sometimes the material is pretty thin. I think it's, how can I say, I don't think it's educating anybody, but it certainly is titillating them.
But that doesn't stop millions from buying them.
I think it's very good because a lot of people can, have fun with it. It's newsworthy.
Sometimes there is that little thread of something that will, make you start thinking.
The Enquirer's Cause says not only do readers love their O.J. articles, but their commitment to coverage has brought new respect.
This is a fascinating, interesting story. The conventional press is basically come into the tabloid territory, and they've come to appreciate us.
There are tabloid reporters everywhere you look these days in Southern California. While the Los Angeles Times has 4 reporters working on the O.J. Simpson story, the National Enquirer has a team of more than 20.
Coming up, just how actor Jim Carrey got a change of face with a little, make that a lot, of help from the special effects wizards.
Rosie Perez comes up a winner, and it could happen to you.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme kicks his way from the video game screen to the big screen in Street Fighter.
I used to have cranky hair, and now, thanks to Infusium, I have friendly hair.
Infusium 23 leave-in treatment. It's the leave-in Catherine believes in.
It feels like it's come back to life.
It's the leave-in Lisa believes in. Infusium corrects, restores, and structurizes. You don't rinse it out, so it keeps on working to help repair damaged hair. After one use, dramatic improvement. Hair looks healthier.
You don't feel like there's anything in your hair.
It's wonderful.
Infusium 23, the leave-in you'll believe in.
What's mask got to hide? Nothing once we're through with it. See all the secrets next.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dogs and cats of America implore you. Fleas and ticks must be placed under immediate control. And it starts with Hearts, introducing the controlled pet care system, guaranteed to break the flea and tick cycle. It's as simple as A, the shampoo, B, the repellent, and C, the home spray flea and tick killer. Add your Hearts 2-in-1 collar, and your flea and tick problems are under control. It starts with Hearts.
All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet. Simply the best, better than all the rest.
You want to have a great summer? Get off to a great start with a Toyota Tercel. It has the lowest repair costs of any car. And now you can get 4.9% APR financing from Toyota. That's a great value. So is Toyota Corolla. Get air conditioning, stereo, save hundreds, and get yours before the special offer ends August 2nd. The great summer values with 4.9% financing are at your participating Toyota dealer now.
Simply the best.
You are looking at processed hair. Dry, damaged hair. Baby fine hair. You are looking at the healthy, shiny results of using one of the Pantene Pro V treatment conditioners every day. Pantene Special Pro Vitamins improve hair deep down. So now with all you do to your hair, you can make it healthy, shiny Pantene hair. Pantene Pro V treatment conditioners. For hair so healthy, it shines.
Get the hair you were meant to have.
A lot of what made the box office topper The Mask a smoking success had to do with some rather outrageous special effects. Just how did they do that? With more than just smoke and mirrors.
Hold on, sugar. Daddy's got a sweet tooth tonight.
In The Mask, when Jim Carrey dons a mysterious ancient mask, there is no doubt that the powers he acquires are super.
Somebody stop me.
Well, that's because of some super acting and super visual effects that has left audiences wondering just where does Jim leave off and the effects begin. For the answer, E.T. went to the wizards at Industrial Light and Magic, the team that created the effects. Animation supervisor Steve Williams said it all started with Carrey himself.
In the case of Carrey, because he was wild and wacky and animated, we had to make sure that we injected that same personality into our computer imagery, or it would have failed.
In this scene, Jim does the acting in green makeup. The bulging eyes and tongue were generated by computer and added later. Jim was as shocked by what the ILM team did as anybody.
It's like making a little sculpture and like giving it to Picasso to mess around with, you know? So if you trust people, you know, if you trust their talent and stuff, it's really exciting to kind of like do what you're going to do and then give it away and see what they come back with.
In this scene, Jim turns into a wolf-headed guy. Again, they shot him in makeup first.
And, you know, you just estimate it and you imagine it in your head.
But this time, ILM removed his head entirely. With a computer, a wolf head was generated, first with a wireframe model. Then it was painted in. That replaced Jim's head. This scene where Jim swallows a stack of dynamite is actually half Jim, half computer.
This is actually computer generated from here down, and this is Jim Carrey from here up with a makeup.
In this shot, the only thing computer generated is the smoking heart and arrow. The guns here, all computer, of course.
Do I feel lucky?
Despite all the high-tech gimmickry, the computer geniuses are quick to give credit where they say it is due, to the man behind the mask.
Now, the good thing about working with Jim Carrey is that basically the man's a biological cartoon in himself.
Thank you.
When asked what he thought of the Mask special effects, Jim told us, "It's what I've been seeing inside my head for years. It's a relief to actually see it happen on screen." Expect to see Jim starring with his current love, Lauren Holly, in Dumb and Dumber, coming out early next year. And this fall, Jim begins shooting Batman Forever, in which he plays the perfect role for him, the Riddler.
And speaking of perfect casting, what about supermodel Kathy Ireland playing the role of seductress on the soap Sizzler at Melrose Place? After giving birth to her first child, Ireland has just been signed to appear in 4 episodes. As a seasoned bathing suit model, she'll be quite at home lounging around the Melrose Place pool.
Former Oscar-winning producer turned poison pen author Julia Phillips found herself over her head when she wrote her first tell-all book about Hollywood, You'll Never Eat Lunch in This Town Again. Now in a second book, Phillips is taking another plunge off the deep end. She says she has even more beans to spill about the losers and winners of Tinseltown.
In the new movie It Could Happen to You, Oscar-nominated actress Rosie Perez plays the wife of a lottery winner. This latest role has certainly paid off for Rosie. Critics say she's hit the jackpot.
64, 84. When we return, sports with Larry Lipschitz.
Rosie Perez plays the excited wife of a New York cop who wins the lottery and then goes ballistic when she learns he's giving half of it to a waitress.
Why didn't you stop at half? Why didn't you just give her all the money? Would you get off my foot?
We followed Rosie from the film's premiere to the party at Central Park's Boathouse and asked her to tell us about her character.
She doesn't know that she's funny. She doesn't know that she's a character. You know, her tacky clothes and her nails and her hairdo. She thinks she's very chic, you know. Her role model in life is probably Marla Maples, so. I'm sorry, that's terrible. Is that a boo-boo? I'm sorry.
Although very fond of co-star Nicolas Cage, Rosie cannot discuss him without getting a little bugged.
He just gives it to you straight, so, like, he's very honest and genuine, so that's really nice and everything. And these mosquitoes are pissing me off.
So how does this smashing actress see her character? Misunderstood or materialistic?
She's misunderstood, but she's a materialistic bitch. And it was fun playing such a bitchy character. They should put you in a straitjacket.
And how would Rosie handle a real-life situation where her love gave away all that money?
I would be really upset, you know. I would want to kill him, but I would do it quietly while he sleeps.
Rosie's next movie role was written especially for her. It's a dark comedy called Somebody to Love. She plays a taxi dancer.
What does it take to knock the O.J. Simpson story off the cover of People magazine? The 1-2 punch of a pretty woman and her one-year marriage get the job done in tonight's coming attractions. Mrs. Lyle Lovett graces the cover with her big-haired better half in this week's People magazine. It is cover number 15 for Julia Roberts, and senior writer Shelley Levitt says this marriage is truly long distance.
He lives in a farmhouse in Texas. She has a co-op apartment in New York. They've seldom, if ever, gone more than 7 days seeing each other straight. But on its own unorthodox terms, it really seems to be working.
People magazine is on newsstands now.
I see that we meet again.
On August 18, 1969, Jimi Hendrix took the stage at Woodstock. And as the sun rose, he blew the crowd away with his blazing guitar. Now 11 songs from that legendary performance are out on CD, cassette, video, and Laserdisc. Jimi Hendrix Woodstock hits record stores tomorrow.
Watch Jean-Claude Van Damme kick the stuffing out of Raul Julia, all in the name of high-tech video games. Next.
This is safeguard season. This is a season for germs. Because germs don't take the summer off. Safeguard against germs. Washing with Safeguard antibacterial soap eliminates 99.9% of germs you've come in contact with. Eliminates germs everywhere you wash. This safeguard season, safeguard the ones you love. Safeguard against germs.
In my 17 years on this planet, they have tried everything to get me to drink their drinks. They have subjected me to an infinite number of product shots, drink shots, mega superstars.
I love Juki.
Jingles.
Just once.
And the type of people I've never ever met in real life. All of this has led me to two conclusions.
I'm young.
One, when I'm thirsty, I gotta trust my gut. And two, I watch too much TV. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Used to be when a family outgrew their home, they sold it and bought another. But today, more people are remodeling. If you're remodeling, let Marvin Windows from Allen Lumber's Marvin Truckload Sale be part of that project. Marvin Windows are made to order in virtually any size, shape, or style you wish. They have the kinds of features that meet your specific needs for energy efficiency and low maintenance. So if you're remodeling instead of relocating, visit the Marvin Truckload Sale at Allen Lumber and let Marvin Windows and Doors turn your dream home into a reality.
Angel Soft audition, take 1. Take 6. Hello. Take 28. 36. Whoa. 55. 84. Oh, great. 143.
It takes a special baby to be an Angel Soft baby, and a special bath tissue to be Angel Soft bath tissue.
Faster than a flick of a finger, any kid can tell you what the video game Street Fighter is all about. Now action star Jean-Claude Van Damme brings the Street Fighter video game hero to life on the big screen.
Round 1, fight!
This video game, called Street Fighter II, has become a worldwide phenomenon. Millions of dollars have been spent playing it, and the home video version has sold over 10 million copies. Now the game has become an explosive action film starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It's based on the biggest right now video game on Earth. It's fantasy. Great sets, great sets, noisy sets.
You hostages, you can hear me. We're coming. We're coming. Charlie, hang on, buddy.
In the film called Street Fighter, Van Damme leads an international team against the forces of evil headed by General Bison. That's Raul Julia in that bizarre caped outfit. He's out to take over the world, and Van Damme has to stop him.
Throw the enemy into the sea.
Julia says he didn't know about the video game, but his son certainly did.
My children play the video game, and as soon as I mentioned the title of the film, all of a sudden their faces lit up, and I said, well, what is it? And right away they showed me in their little video screen where they play those video games.
Van Damme says that they want to appeal to kids with this film, so the violence is toned way down. Don't expect the blood you'd normally see in a Van Damme film.
It's a PG-13, so it will be a movie for kids and parents, but it's nice as an action star to be able to do so. You just block him like this, and you just go like this, like bam, something like that. Can you control that? Can you control? Yeah. It is a family picture where, and an action movie where nobody die, nobody bleed, and that's kind of cool, dude.
Van Damme's action-packed Street Fighter is due to hit the theaters just before Christmas.
Last year on Entertainment Tonight, actress Tracy Gold told you about her battle with anorexia nervosa. Now Tracy's first-hand experience with the deadly eating disorder may help others. She stars in For the Love of Nancy, a story that hits very close to home.
Our goal will be reached, and our point will be made if you walk away and you're devastated.
Tracy Gold knows of what she speaks. In her upcoming TV movie, For the Love of Nancy, she stars with William Devane and Jill Clayburgh in a true story that could just as well have been her own. It's about a young woman starving herself to death from anorexia.
My main strategy of approaching this has been just to keep my strength. So I've got to really keep a strong hold on myself, and I have really got to go into those scenes and totally relive those moments, in which I do, and that's hard.
Nancy, what are you doing? Nothing. Put your food on your plate.
It's so hard when you're going through it to watch shows and stuff done on eating disorders, and it's very fairy tale-ish, and I wanted to bring a certain truth to it.
And cut. Did you get everything off your plate, Trace?
I left a few beans.
All right.
Because I felt it was realistic.
And to get to that truth, Tracy has long been waging a hard-fought battle against this most cruel of eating disorders. And E.T. has been there witnessing her uphill fight from the very beginning.
When you get anorexia, nothing else matters.
In May of 1993, Tracy went public with her disclosure for our cameras. She was honest in speaking of her problem then and is no less so in discussing it now.
I've stabilized my weight for about a year and a half, and I feel wonderful. I'm getting married in October, and I say I'm in recovered 90%, you know, because I think that there's a piece that always has to be a little bit wary.
But Tracy's biggest hope is that through this project, she'll be able to make a difference in the lives of others.
In retrospect, I think everything happens for a reason. And I believe that I did gain a lot of knowledge, and that I'm fortunate to be able to share it in this medium, you know? And not necessarily have to expose the real private part of myself, but be able to share what I've learned and maybe be able to help somebody else, you know?
What rock and roll guitarist is grateful to have his name on an ice cream flavor? The answer's coming up next in today's birthdays.
Warms
Mommy,
my soul.
had a bad dream.
Warms my soul.
Picnic on the street.
Yes, it's cold.
Whoever heard of a cold cereal that made you feel warm all over? Quaker Honey Nut Toasted Oatmeal. Honey and almonds.
Warms my soul.
And crunchy little oatmeal oats on top.
Quaker toasted
Quaker
oatmeal.
Toasted Oatmeal. It's cold,
But it warms my soul.
This is KAPZ News. We just arrived.
Could you tell us what happened? I noticed its spaceship-like design.
What was it? Can you explain? I was strangely attracted to it.
I said, Vern, that is not a pizza.
Introducing the Pizza Hut Bowlie. Pizza toppings, cheese, and sauce in a mysteriously tasty crust. Now one Bowlie is $4.99. Bowlie, it's out of this world.
I believe it was brought here as a sign of peace.
Oh. Bowlie, reportedly seen in meaty, classic, and pepperoni mushroom varieties.
In business, time is money. And with 4 discount calling plans for businesses in Vermont, NYNEX can give you more time for your money. More time to call clients. More time to make sales. More time to collect bills. Or collect data. In business, time is money. And with our low rates, you can make more of both. NYNEX.
Debbie, these shots are fabulous. Beautiful, Debbie.
Better than the last time, Tony?
Absolutely. It's my job to make sure people look good. A few weeks ago, while doing test shots with Debbie, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. You see, regular shampoos merely rinse flakes away, so they could come back. But look, Head & Shoulders helps stop flakes from even forming. You see the difference? Yeah, picture perfect. Head & Shoulders turns dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
30 years after the first wave comes another British invasion. Dry, crisp, purple.
Oh, yeah.
Schweppes Dry Grape Ginger Ale. The new British pop.
Tomorrow, is it possible for jurors to rise above naked human greed? ET investigates jury duty for profit in the Simpson case. That's right here tomorrow.
Promotional fee paid by 1-800-COLLECT, America's inexpensive way to call someone collect. Use it every time you make a long-distance collect call.
Air travel furnished and a promotional fee paid by Delta Airlines, with service to 35 cities in Europe and beyond. You'll love the way we fly.
Come on, pretty women with your...
Celebrating a birthday this Monday, August the 1st, Cosby Kid Tempest Bledsoe is 21. Bluesman Robert Cray, 41. Actor Brian Patrick Clark turns 42 today. And the inspiration for Ben and Jerry's fabulous flavor, Cherry Garcia, it is Grateful Dead guitarist Jerry Garcia, and he is 52 today. Dom DeLuise, 61. And from Owen Marshall, Counselor at Law, remember that show? Actor Arthur Hill is 72. You ever had any Cherry Garcia?
No, in fact, I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's great. Great ice cream.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like strawberry better, not strawberry Garcia.
It's along the same lines.
No, okay, well. How about Neil Diamond?
Okay, go.
Ever had that? We have a world premiere from Neil Diamond's Life in America album. Live in America album it is, not life, as we say goodbye.
The music was recorded over the past 2 years at Neil's concert dates across the country. Here is Play Me. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Save me. You are the sun